This is everything you need to update your Miter Master. You have the upgrade kit, 2 new GA7021s, and a few extra tools. Upgrading the counterweight is as simple as taking a 3/16 Allen key, removing the head, including the old screws. You have new screws with the new counterweight. Place the new counterweight in place, line up the screw holes, and tighten it down. And like that, the counterweight's updated. This handle will get in the way of the new grinders, so to remove, just simply unthread. Once that handle is removed, drill and tap a new hole here. Thread in the new handle from the GA7021. Cinch that down. Handle is now moved out of the way of the grinder. Now take a drill and drill it here. As you can see, it's now drilled. Take the Allen key, insert. To upgrade the head, you have to first remove it. Loosen the bottom and top alignment screws. Remove the middle retaining screw. With the middle retaining screw removed, you may now remove the head. To remove the grinder head from the spindle, loosen all 4 screws, but do not remove. With all 4 screws loosened, loosen but do not remove the center shaft. Lock the spindle lock. Use a crescent wrench to break loose the connection. Now that this is loose, we can then remove these 4 screws. We may now lock the spindle and unthread this entire spindle assembly from the Makita. You will now see this is open and exposed, O-ring is intact, threads down there, and the Makita is still in one piece. Prepare your GA7021 by locking the spindle and removing the flanges. Next, remove all 4 of these screws. Take the supplied O-ring, put it on the Makita. Give the O-ring a slight wipe of grease to lubricate it. Next, install the adapter. Align with the holes. Install the 4 bolts and bring them down to loose fit. As you can see, they are still loose, but they are in place. Next, install the extension. This simply threads onto the Makita spindle. Next step, take the spindle and loosely thread it on to the shaft. As it makes contact, align it for where it needs to be when you put it into the assembly. Take the 4 new small screws supplied with and thread them loosely into the holes. With those threaded loosely into position, you can now lock the spindle and thread on the shaft the rest of the way. Use a crescent wrench to tighten the shaft firmly on. Now tighten all the bolts nice and snug. Now that the grinder is threaded onto the spindle, we simply need to loosen these 2 screws and mount the head onto the arm again. Make sure the surfaces are all clean. With the pins in the holes, insert the middle screw and tighten completely. Take the top and bottom screws and tighten them down to finger tight. Once that is done to both heads, simply proceed to alignment.